You can help. Okay, the viewing, speaker view, great. All right, so once again, I'd like to welcome everyone to this week's edition of our Wow Wednesday. I mean, I'm always so excited when I have the opportunity, when Wednesday is coming, because I know that we are about to share incredible value to our SEACRET community, to our friends and family, to everyone that we love and care about. And this week's topic is just one that is so important. I mean, if you have ever thought about or heard anything about the gut, you will know how important this is. Our topic this evening is your gut, your skin, and you. And this is very important. Once again, my name is Ziggy Owei, and I'm coming to you from Cape Town. I should have said that in the beginning. Now, this topic is the foundation. I mean, your gut literally is the foundation of everything. It is what makes who you are. If you had seen the picture that I had, and you saw that human body and that picture in there, it just tells you the entire story. Everything that happens to you comes from there. And what people see here comes from there as well. So I'm very excited. It's going to be very interesting to see how our amazing speaker for today is going to piece all this together and let us see the interaction of those three things. I said your gut, your skin, and you, and how important it is to pay attention to that. Like I said, is the foundation of everything. It is who you are, literally, in literal terms. So without further ado, I'm going to invite our very special speaker. I like to call her a very multi-talented speaker, very versatile speaker. She happens to be my sister, and but it doesn't, I mean, I always remind myself that yes, she's my sister, but she is so, versatile in so many things, and very professional in so many things, and very knowledgeable in so many things. And, one should tap into all that, because I know exactly what she does, and, how she really impacts massive people through her knowledge, her wealth of knowledge and experience. So starting from her initial profile, what she would like me to say first is that she's a mother of 4 lovely children and a supportive, lovely husband. So I'm just going to say it the way she would like me to say. And then she's an architect with a master's and a full member of the NIA, which is the National Body for Architects in Nigeria. And she also has her RIBA, which means she can certify, any work that she does. She doesn't need a third party to do that. And she's also a member of the land arbitration setup in Nigeria as well. Then she's also the chairman of the Aquatic Association in Nigeria, in the Federal Capital Territory. She's also a franchise partner with MTN and 9Mobile for 15 years. And they actually have 17 or more outlets across the country as well. She's also a hotelier with 3 hotels managed by Bond Hotels. The hotels are called Grand Towers, managed by Bond Hotels as well. And a major shareholder in one of the top pension funds organizations in Nigeria, the First Trust Guarantee, First Guarantee Pension Funds as well. And also very recently, which is actually making waves in the country as well, a major shareholder in the FinTech Gateway. I mean, the gateway business is huge. It's just taking root in Nigeria, and they're one of the first people getting in. If I think about what our last guest on last week's call said, you don't want to pick up the crumbs, you want to be a pioneer, and that's exactly what they've done with the FinTech. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our guest for this evening, Architect Mrs. Nkonye Duru. Thank you so much. I know how busy you are at this time. I'm so grateful and thankful that you took out time to actually be on this show, and you're going to share with us your wealth of experience. The reason I picked you, I know for a fact that you are an unrecorded nutritionist. When you are passionate about something, you know everything about it, you live your life by it, whether or not you have the qualification, written qualifications for it, and you're even going to be advising those who do. So she has maintained an alkaline diet for herself and her family for years. And this is a very expensive and time-consuming exercise. And that's why you see that with our Life by Secret, we are blessed with the supplements that help us to maintain that lifestyle without being, going through the stress of maintaining it. So that's one of the reasons that she was the choice pick for me for this incredible topic, your gut, your skin, and you. So I'd like to hand over to you. And before I do that, I want to know, how was your day today?
Oh, very lovely. Thank you so much. Very nice to be on the call with you today. This time around,
Great.
it's professional, not to see me base, it's professional.
Absolutely, very professional. So nice to have you on the call. And yeah, so we don't want to take too much time. I want you to just dig in. Let's hear what you have to share with us. And of course, we will then throw our questions afterwards. And please, if you have questions as well while she speaks, please type it in on the chat box. We will come to those questions as soon as she has finished giving us the amazing presentation I'm sure she's put together for us today. So thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you very much, our lovely host. I mean, she's always been an amazing host every Wednesday. This is a Wild Wednesday series, and I'm so glad that I'm one of the people who could be on this show today. I'm hoping that I'll be able to pass on to you something that'll be very helpful to you health-wise, life-wise, lifestyle-wise. Like she said, I'll just go straight ahead to what I have for you today. The topic is your gut, your skin, and you. And so I'll be sharing my screen. Just a second. Yeah. Okay. So your gut, skin, and you. That is something so amazing. And a lot of people always ask the question, how does all these things intertwine? How will you intertwine what we call the gut? How will you intertwine what we call our skin and you as a person moving around? So I'll just go straight immediately to tell you who I am. Normally, the introduction has already been said, but I really want to go into it again. Who am I? Well, first, I will describe myself as having a lioness nature that is very motherly, focus driven, and resilient to achieve my goals. So I do not easily accept failure. I'm stored in nature, trusting and loyal. My dad loved to call me a twine since I was very young at 15 years. I am a mother of 4 lovely children with a great husband. I am quite spiritual in nature and take my Christian life as a priority aside my family. Then I'm going to now say what my achievements and my work life is. So, like my elder sister has said earlier on, Sisimi, she said that I'm a fully registered architect with NIA and REBA registration, and that's why I have to put my name architect. If I don't put my name architect, obviously you know that person is not fully registered. Then I'm a principal partner of Genu Concept, and of course, I'm extremely passionate about my cause. I'm a founder of an NGO, the Mozo Charity Organization, an organization that is focused on giving orphans a better life and education. Its activities were established over 25 years, even before I got married, which pushed me to making these activities formal and creating an NGO that is now named today. Then I was appointed the chairman of the Federal Capital Territory Aquatic Association, perhaps because of my love for sports in seeing my children and myself. I was given that appointment. So what we do is taking grassroots swimming to great heights. Hopefully, we hope to be in Olympics someday. Nigeria has never been in Olympics, and that's our focus, and that's what we're working towards. Now, aside those 3 personal establishments, which I just mentioned earlier, my husband and I have set up various businesses which split the running of the daily affairs of the companies, though I'm the MD and he's our chairman, and in some cases he's the executive chairman in some of the companies. These businesses cut across, like Ziggy has said, hospitality, We have some hotels, communication franchise with MTN and Nine Mobile, the fintech gateway, and then pension fund administrator. Yeah, First Guarantee Pension. For those of you who are in my country, you may know the company. We're major shareholders in it. We actually started the company, then called in other people to be able to make that company where it is today. So, of course, when you start a company, you still try to maintain your major shareholding. We work completely independent of ourselves, yet together. Also, the same way we share household responsibilities, we just complement each other in our strengths at work and at home. Now, I'm going to ask a question. Who am I? Now, without knowing how skilled I am, or all the businesses and achievements I just mentioned earlier on, and you see me for the first time, what would you notice first about me? And I'll tell you, it is my looks. I know we have quite a number of married men on this chart. If you agree with me that when you saw your wife the first time, the first thing you noticed was how she looked, please give me thumbs up on the chart. Let me know that we're together. And the ladies, when you saw your guy for the first time and you noticed the bumps on his shaving spot, or how smooth it is, or how ebony black his skin is, give me thumbs up. The first thing you notice when you saw your guy or your lady, if it is the skin, how she looks, give me thumbs up. Let me know that we're together. So, like I said, aside knowing how schooled or what businesses I do, and you meet me for the first time, what you would notice about me is my looks, then my nature when you engage me, and finally, my courage when you spend more time with me. So your looks are indeed you at the first meeting. Do you all agree with me? If you agree, thumbs up. Your looks are indeed you at the first meeting. Remember, first meeting we have not discussed. We just saw. What will you say? That's you, right? Now, this description of you could be a smooth, spotless, light-skinned, tall, pretty person, or a dark-skinned, ebony, tall, and handsome guy, right? So what actually shows that look is your skin. Is the thing that covers everything about you. So the skin is what you will say, what determines a pretty girl or determines a handsome guy at the first look. It's what determines how old you are. Now I'm going to ask another question. If you can guess my age, those of you who already know me, don't type. But if you can guess my age with my looks, that's it, yeah? Please type what you think my age is, because that's the first thing you see, my looks. Type what you think my age is, and we're going to find out if those what you've guessed is right. You could also guess my social structure just by my looks. So this looks is simply our skin. It's how the skin is all over us, be it our face, our neck, our body, everywhere. Our fingers, you know, when you shake people, how soft it is, how wrinkled it is, your legs, how chapped they are. It is simply your skin. And that is what determines, that is what I can say defines you at first meet. Not the first part when I said my nature, or the second part when I said my achievements, because at that point in time you have not interacted with me. All you know is what you saw first and foremost without any interaction. So the human skin is the outer covering of the body and the largest organ of the integumentary system. All those who have guessed my ages, I'm going to go back on it. The skin, when you hear my real age, the skin has up to 7 layers of the ectodermal tissue protecting your bones, tissues, ligaments, and internal organs. So this skin is actually a very, very large organ that just does like plasticine and covers up every single thing internal. The skin is made up of water, proteins, fats, and minerals. Something that you need to make sure you consistently nourish, or else it will die. It's living. It's a living thing. So if you starve your skin of water, it's going to dry up and die. If you starve it of proteins, it's also going to get malnourished and die, or fats or minerals. So it is very important to take care of this very large organ that portrays you at the first look at the first meet. How to keep your skin glowing? Well, those of you who are regulars in this Wow Wednesday series, I'm sure 2 Wednesdays ago you must have heard Dr. Catherine, a medical doctor, who has spoken about the importance of having a good skincare routine. I'm reiterating it because it can never overemphasize that. First, you have to cleanse your skin, exfoliate it, and moisturize your skin regularly. Now, the moisturizing is giving your skin all that protein and fats and minerals and water that I already said the skin is made up of. So when you have cleansed and exfoliated it, you now nourish your skin. Other ways to be able to ensure that you have a glowing skin is to do exercises. When you do exercises, your heart pumps and allows blood flow all over, helps rejuvenate. And you know, another exercise that is mind-blowing is having a healthy sex life. Yes. Do you know that when you actually go into orgasm, it gives you a very high level of metabolism in your whole system, whereby your heart pumps so high, letting blood flow all over your skin, your organs, every part of your body. In fact, take a very close look at yourself, especially the ladies. After such an act, step out, you will get compliments. Either your children will notice that you're glowing, you're looking red. I've actually heard such said to me, "Oh, mommy, you look red today. Oh, you are looking glowing." This is as a result of what the kind of exercise you have done unknowing to your body because of what orgasm does to the heart. So it's something that helps to nourish and rejuvenate the skin. Then the last is eating right. So when you want to have a glowing skin, these 4 simple things I've said is something you should never leave out of your life. Well, by the way, just to correct you, in case you're confused, healthy sex life is actually with a stable partner. When you do it jumping around, of course, you tire out yourself. So you would never have the same effect as if it's with a stable person. Now, for me, I'll take the first one where it says have a very, very good skin routine. If you look at my screen, I've actually exposed my age. I'm turning 48 this year. The product I've been using to ensure that I've maintained a very skin and facial care product is actually the SEACRET product. These products are amazing. I had hormonal imbalance. I had a lot of issues that gave me so many acne all over my face. As you can see, it's all cleared. I even had to go to the extent of using a massage regularly twice a week. I went to a dermatologist, and by the time I came to know about the skincare by SEACRET, which was introduced to me by my masseurs, it wowed me. It completely transformed my radiance and my glow. Now, these ingredients are mostly, the most active ingredients are from the Dead Sea. And so they're not just beauty skincare, but they're actually therapeutic skincare. That is the difference between this particular skincare product, which I've used as my own personal experience. Like I said earlier on, like Ziggy said earlier on, I'm not a medical doctor, neither am I a dermatologist. But I'm going to speak out of experience because I love living life naturally, and I love to maintain my system and everything about me naturally and ensure that whatever I do, I glow with what I'm doing naturally. So when I came across these products, it's completely transformed me. So what is key in this example I'm giving is ensuring that you're doing a beauty skincare routine that is natural based, because that's what will sustain your glow. Your skin doesn't want artificial things, it needs to be natural based. Now, another thing I used to maintain my foot and hand was also the same products from SEACRET, moisturizing my hand and feet regularly. And then you will be surprised that when you use the moisturizer, which has shea butter and all the requirements, is different from when you use the mud therapy. It is amazing because the mud therapy is really therapeutic, something that really penetrates into your organs. It's really done amazing for me. In fact, you know, there was a time I actually had a lot of pains in my feet, and all I did was use the foot mud therapy, and that it was like I had soaked my feet inside salt. the pains just disappeared. That's the difference between the mud therapy and the moisturizer. So don't ever equate the two, because they do very different things, right? Now, I've told you who you are, first look, which is your skin. And now we're going to talk about who you are as per what you put inside you, your guts. What we refer to as the gut is simply the gastrointestinal tract. Now, the gastrointestinal system, which we all call the gut, is a digestive passageway from the mouth through the esophagus to the stomach, then the small intestine, large intestine, down to the anus. So this is the passageway that food goes through. All the food you put in, whether it's sweets, it's vegetables, it's drinks, all pass through the mouth, goes through this gastrointestinal system. Hence, it contains all the major organs of the digestive system, supported by the liver and the kidney. As you saw, if you look at this picture, which I had shown before, you could see the mouth, the esophagus, the stomach, small and large intestine, the rectum, the anus. All these are what we call the gastrointestinal tract, right? Now, the gut is a reflection of all the meat, eggs, ice cream, cakes, and lots more that we eat and find pleasure in. The gut, the skin, and you. When this topic was given to me, what was key to me was to understand the connection between you, how you look, and what is inside you. The connection between your internal organs and your external organ, which is the skin. Now, do you know that the state of your internal organs in most times are the reflection of your external looks? For example, from personal experience, when my children have constipation, is reflected with a lot of acne on their forehead. And I'm going to explain how that comes about. Then, when I started having gastrointolerance, because I was taking a lot of milk. Before, I didn't have milk intolerance, so all of a sudden I started having milk intolerance. And when Dr. Catherine had mentioned that the source of our milk has changed, the cows no longer eat what they used to eat before, it struck me. I said, yes, that is it. And so when I had gastrointolerance with milk, it reflected of a lot of acne on my cheeks, so much, a lot of acne all this way, on my cheeks all this way. Then the dehydration system reflects on the wrinkled, dry looking skin. When you overeat and you're eating wrong processed food, it causes you stress on your gut system, which reflects on the lack of good sleep. Then you end up having puffy eyes. Puffy eyes can be as a result of your kidney being stressed, as a result of lack of good sleep due to stressed out gut. It could also be as a result of aging. These are different things that happen. But I'm taking particularly what can affect you with what the internal organs that are stressed out can reflect onto your skin. Now, how do you know this? If you look at my screen and look at the facial flexology, the small intestine is about where you have on your forehead. So every single organ is reflected on the surface of your skin. You see the small intestine? That's why when you have constipation and you're not pooing very well, you end up having a lot of acne there. When, especially children, when you notice children who are not as active, they're using computers all the time and they're not easing themselves easily, watch. Sometimes people think it's, puberty. It's not just puberty. Check out their system, the way they eat, the way they ease themselves regularly. You will see that if you help them with proper fruits and vegetables and they begin to eat themselves regularly, the acne on their forehead disappears. Then, I said earlier on, when I began to have milk intolerance, I had a lot of pimples this way. If you look very well at the facial flexology, your stomach, your colon is all around this area. So that's why you begin to have acne around here. So I'm focusing on the gut areas. I'm not going to talk about other areas that you could have or experience things like when your kidneys have issues or your pancreas have issues. So every single internal organ is reflected on your face. It's not just only on your face. Guess what? It's also reflected on your feet. When I started having issues with my what's it called, thyroid area, what I noticed that I was having bunions on one of my toe. I just simply used this. It was just forming. This is what I call the more therapy foot cream. The bunion disappeared, the toe straightened out, and all of a sudden I didn't feel the pain I was feeling anymore, both in my thyroid area. And that's because it is around that area, that is where you have the throat area, the thyroid system, right? So if you look very closely under your feet, organs are also represented. Those of you who have chaffed feet, find out what is causing it. If you end up stepping early in the morning, you wake up, your feet is really sore, look at the particular area that is sore. People who have constipation, you see that around the middle of their feet is sore because they have constipation, they are not easing themselves properly. So every single organ that is reflected in whatever we eat is also reflected under your feet. That's the connection with your skin. So when you take care of your skin, when you take care of your internal organs, your gut, everywhere is one package together looking good. Then we go to the hands. You see, your organs are reflected everywhere. The same thing, people will have a lot of very dry skin around here, and then here is okay. If you have dry skin around here, find out what is the issue. If it's around here, your small intestine. If it's in the middle, your kidney, right? The kind of food you eat, all reflected on your palm. That is telling you that you have to take care of your internal organs and your skin. So whatever you put in is what you see externally. No matter how much, I remember when I initially started this process of removing the acne on my face, I came across SEACRET. I was so excited. I started using the SEACRET and wow, fabulous. The acne that was already there began to clear. Then I started using the red line of the same SEACRET product. I was really amazed. My complexion began to come back. What was most interesting is that the scars were clearing. But it didn't stop the acne from coming back. Why? Because my gut system had not been resolved. So the gut system was what I had not resolved. I was intolerant to milk and I didn't know. So every single time it clears, it comes back. It clears, it comes back. So I just kept going round and round the circle. I never solved the problem. So that is why I said the internal system is also connected to what is external. Now we go to the back. In fact, this one is so magical for me because once I eat something that I don't feel right about, you see the place where it says stomach, I feel pain instantly there. And then I know, oh, this food is not so good for me. It didn't digest well. This is so real. So even when I'm feeling stressed out, I feel overfull, maybe I ate too much out of greed, I just tell my children, please hit my back, hit my back. By the time they hit my back, it feels, free. Now, this was before I also came across other things that I could have used, and I'm going to go really far into it. So you see how your skin shows you everything in your internal organs. They're all connected. So if you do not take care of your gut, then you'll find out that your skin and you at first meet will be a different ball game. Now, what does the gut affect? What are the effects of the gut? First, you have an upset stomach, then a lack of good sleep. You start feeling tired all the time. Your intolerance to some kind of foods. You have cravings for some kind of foods like sugar. You have weight gain. And then worse off, you have bad irritation on your skin like acne, wrinkles, chapped feet. All these are expression of a gut that is not properly taken care of and is not good, right? And then you know what? The extreme cases of a very bad gut can actually affect you psychologically to the point that some of the individuals whose gut system are not right become suicidal. So we really, really need to watch what we take in. Be disciplined. Yes, if you love this thing so much, remember that extreme of it can get your psychological state in a very bad state that you can find yourself actually being suicidal. Yeah. Now, I want all of you to go into your Google and check what is the constant thing that you always see to help your gut system, to fix your gut system. Number one is what? Probiotics, prebiotics. And I have one big example which I've actually been using regularly. It's the Probiotics Life by SEACRET. It is the best ever in the world because it's got 20 billion CFU. With the probiotics, what it does is it just helps to cleanse your gut system, helps to rejuvenate your gut system, and sends your organs, your cells and tissues in that whole line on the right path, giving your digestive system very strong immunity against anything it comes across. So when you want to help your gut, introduce prebiotic or probiotic supplements or in the kind of food that you eat. Then do exercises regularly, sleep regularly. If you have Googled and you've confirmed it, give me a thumbs up. Google now, confirm it, that the regular, any topic you see, how do I fix my gut? How can you fix this? How do I fix my gut? Just type, and the first thing you will see that is regular in all the different is probiotics, prebiotics, probiotics, prebiotics. It is the number one thing that you do, and we have a very, very good example, which is what is on my screen, which I have been using, and it's been amazing. It's transformational, I'm telling you. Then do a lot of exercises and sleep well. Another thing that will help you to be able to improve your gut is introducing hydrogen molecular based products. Now, hydrogen molecular, if you know more about it, is very good for helping to rejuvenate your cells and tissues, taking them back to the original form. Now, if you want to increase that, you have to cook meals that are greens and yellows, which help to improve the vegetables that are greens and yellows. On my screen is the Recovery and the Hydro Effects by SEACRET Nutrition also. These are supplements which has really good hydrogen molecular hydrogen rather. Sorry, I wrote the wrong thing. Hydrogen molecular is actually molecular hydrogen, which will improve your gut system. Another way of improving your gut system is taking a lot of green vegetables. What I also use is the green supplements from the same company. Now, taking green vegetables is very key. But what are you eating? Are you eating organic green vegetables? Are you eating organic green vegetables that have been cooked in the right temperature? That is a requirement to ensure that your gut is set right. So for me, aside the fact that I take fresh greens all the time, I take a lot of greens and yellows, I cook them together with I think I cook it in the right temperature. I've also added the supplements that are from this company that I know that are cooked at the right temperature and are very, very organic. So I'm rest assured that even if for some reason I'm not able to cook my vegetable at the right temperature, I overcooked it, I'm getting proper greens from my supplements and shake, which is why I've also put it there. So taking it in the natural form, making sure that it's organic and natural, or you take it in the form of the supplements as you can see on my screen. Another thing you need to do is have an alkaline based diet. Everything that is wrong that thrives in the system thrives in an acidic environment. So what you do is take alkaline based diets, potassium, bananas, reds and greens, yellow, reds and greens foods. Those are the things, and nuts. Those are the things that help to bring your system into alkaline based food. Always ensure that you take vegetables every single day. Every single day. Don't ever skip it in your meals. And take it fresh, take it steamed, take it stir fry. Just ensure that it's cooked in the right temperature. Now, I also found out that it's not that easy to maintain such an alkaline based diet. It's very expensive, I can tell you from past experience. In fact, in my house, we don't reuse oil, because when you use oil the first time and use it the second time, by the second time, the cholesterol level of what you're using it to fry has increased times 10. So you're no longer eating healthy plantain or healthy chicken or healthy food. You're eating poison by the second fry. So you fry the first time, you have to discard that oil and use the oil as a fresh oil for the second one. That's the mistake a lot of people do. They use oil the first time to fry chicken or plantain and come back and use the oil again to fry chicken. By the time they are frying that chicken the second time, that chicken is poison. It's no longer, it has a lot of the cholesterol level has increased. So using alkaline based food is not an easy thing to do. So what did I do? I also introduced the booster. The booster is an alkaline based nutrition from SEACRET, which is really amazing. This alkaline based nutrition helps to neutralize the acidity in the system. So someone like me that love ice cream, I just sometimes crave on my ice cream, even though it's milk, it has milk, my acnes are not there. Why? Because I'm using the right things into my system. So I put in the booster, which is alkaline based, to help to boost the immunity of my gut to cope with that milk. So I'm no longer as milk intolerant as I used to be. So I can now take my ice creams back again. Right? So when you use this booster or any alkaline based food, it increases the immunity and the strength of your gut system. So for me, I use food and I use supplements just to ensure that I'm getting it right. And I'm not just using supplements, I'm using supplements from a right source, because you have to ensure that the supplements you're using is organic, vegan, and then is actually the right temperature, packaged together in the right temperature. Yeah. Then another routine which I also do that has helped my gut system, because I'm actually talking out of experience from myself, my children, and people around me, is that it helps when you do what we call the salt soak. It helps to increase your gut system and help you sleep naturally. Now, it's not just any salt soak. It's actually the Dead Sea salt soak. So if you really, really want to get it right, go and do a Dead Sea bath salt soak. I'm telling you, the day you will do it, if you're having this tiredness and heaviness all over you because you've eaten all sorts of food and you don't feel right, put in a big water in your tub, plug it, put a lot of salt, soak yourself in for the next 15-20 minutes. You come out, you will feel so rejuvenated and you will sleep instantly, that when you wake up, it's as if they said all your mass get said go, and all the food in your body started digesting properly, because they have made something that was bigger than them. That's exactly the feeling you get. Another thing you can do is having a salt scrub. Now, when you have a salt scrub, the process of actually trying to exfoliate your skin is giving your skin life, helping to wake up all the veins and artery on the surface of the skin. Remember what I told you about how when blood pumps, it helps to actually rejuvenate your body. So both the Dead Sea salt soap and the scrub work on the skin beautifully, as well as the internal organs, enhancing a very beautiful sleep and gut system. So for me, these are things I've actually been using all this while that has helped me. So in conclusion, I would say, so for you to live a balanced life between your spiritual life, family, home, and business, and still look good, you need to take care of yourself. Yeah? You need to exercise, you need to sleep well, you need to get great skincare routine that has natural content, like the one I use from SEACRET. It's completely natural. It's based on the Dead Sea. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. For 4 years, I've actually gone through a lot of dermatologists, gone through masseurs, and it was introduced to me, and I've stuck with it. Or you eat right. Like I said earlier on, the way we eat in my house is completely try to eat right. And I've never slept in a hospital except when I had to have my children, and that's it. Or you introduce vegan, organic-based supplements to support your gut, which are the supplements I've also showed you that I've been using from the same SEACRET company, SEACRET Nutrition. Thank you very much. So I'm ready for you. Any questions? Over to you, Ziggy.
Wow. That is so amazing. If you can quickly stop sharing your screen as well, so we can both see each other side by side at the moment. Yeah. Wow, so this is really, really amazing. I knew that this evening's information was going to be mind-blowing. Um, can we have her also side by side with me? Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Mr. Moyo. Yeah, so thank you so much. That was power-packed information. I mean, I was completely blown away, particularly with the oil. I mean, that oil information is mainly if you are from West Africa, especially we eat a lot of plantains and we will use the same oil over and over and over again. I had no clue. This is great information. And to be honest, it makes a lot of sense, you know, when you think about it, you know, and thank you so much for that. You know, the other thing that also struck me was, you know, the effect of the bad gut on our psychology to the point that you can actually become suicidal. And then the relationship with that and the reflexologies you just shared. This is really, really amazing. As you spoke, I was already imagining myself and the different, you know, pains that I feel here and there when things happen. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you know. So this can help so many people out there, and we have no doubt. Like I said, guys, post your questions if you have any questions for her as well. And you know, the one thing that really struck me when I looked at this topic was the fact that it says the gut is the foundation of everything. And that is what you've really shown us this evening. So basically, you know, so basically, whatever that is going on in our gut is what translates to, you know, our health, our skin, you know, and all of that. So, you know, apart from, yeah, we also saw the supplements that you suggested for us to take and how we can combine that with, you know, what we eat. So apart from, together with that, how does one, like, most people don't really feel that anything is going on with their gut. Most people feel that they are okay. How does one really bring it to the fore? How does one really begin to feel that, okay, this is something I need to pay attention to? How does one recognize that this, whatever issues that I'm having maybe is as a result of the, you know, the state of my gut? How do we bring that to, you know, to the, how does that come out to our faces, more or less?
Yes, yeah, like I said, you know, a lot of people will just see themselves acne ridden, and maybe if the child is in the puberty stage, they think, oh, it's puberty, and the child is going through a lot of acne because of puberty. Meanwhile, some of these acne ridden phases are not just puberty, they could be as a result of the gut system of that child, or even an adult. Like in my own case, I had milk intolerance, so it was actually my gut system. So, what is very key is that the source of our food is very key. And when you begin to have pains and all that, and you go to a medical doctor who will diagnose for you, because I'm not a medical doctor that could diagnose, the doctor will obviously tell you this is wrong with you. And when, for example, the dermatologist told me you may be going through an intolerance, remove milk products. And when I did, the whole acne disappeared. Now, I'm somebody that likes to research. So I began to research some flexology, facial flexology, and I realized that that area that had that much acne was actually where my stomach and colon was. So my stomach wasn't coping with the milk. And that was why I had so much acne around that area. Which also happened to my son. He had so much acne on his forehead. He came back from school constipating and he had a lot of acne. By the time we gave him vegetables and fruits, he began to poo very easily, and the acne without any treatment disappeared. So, one thing is very key: eat right. Once you eat right, your body will tell you what is going on. You have to learn to understand your body. You have to learn to know when things are happening. Like you said earlier on, you are now thinking of some of the pains here and there. That's the body telling you a story. Don't ignore it.
Fantastic. The other thing is, you know, with our guts as well, I know that this is related to our colon as well, you know, digestive system. And a lot of people do not pay attention to that. Very recently, I got exposed, not really, my daughter, who is graduating as a medical doctor, was literally saying, you have to go and do a colonoscopy. You need to check your colon. You need to check your colon. And, you know, this is something that people overlook. So, you have more and more people, you know, going through different, problems with regards to that. So, preventive health is so, so important. And that is the basis of what Nkonye is sharing with us. If you're paying attention to all these things that she mentioned, the way you eat, the way you, the supplements that you take to supplement your diet, and probably your lifestyle, obviously, your exercise, sleep, and, and the other one you mentioned as well, very important, So if we're all paying attention to that, then we can actually prevent a lot of things that we end up with as chronic diseases, right?
Yeah.
So it's very, very important. Yeah. So I have one, it says, is regular colon hydrotherapy good or bad? I don't know if you know what that is.
Yes, I do. I'm not a medical doctor, but I could tell you that exposing yourself to radiations is not good to do it regularly. I'm sure that when you get a particular age, maybe you're getting towards the age of 50, you're advised to do it, and you're not expected to be doing it twice a year. You eat right, the doctor will tell you when next you can come and visit. Exposing yourself to all these radiations is not too good for you.
Absolutely. That's also what I would advise. So great question there. These are very, very important things. I mean, if you do a colonoscopy, that will, show you what's going on in your colon. But one thing I can tell you is the pre and probiotics, like our guest speaker mentioned, is very, very key. Very, very, very key. And so that's the first thing you want to add to your everyday routine, because it also provides the bad bacteria. You have good bacteria, sorry, you have the good bacteria, you have the bad bacteria. So sometimes some of the things we do take out both our good and bad bacteria. So we need to have some bacteria in the system. So those good ones that actually do the work to keep us healthy. So yeah, that's a very good one there. So thanks for that. If we have any other questions we'd like to share, I think your presentation was so detailed, so in-depth, so informative, that you've really touched on all the points. I was just looking at the questions that I wrote, and to be honest, you have answered all the questions that I had for this evening. So guys, if you really enjoyed what you listened to this evening, if you got a lot of information from this, I want to see your thumbs up. I want you to show some love to our speaker, who has gone all out to share in depth from her personal experience and her passion for eating healthy, maintaining a healthy system, and a glowing skin as well. I have someone saying here, I think Malogonolo means regular colon cleanse with water flushing.
Yes.
No, but
well, I don't think that is a very good thing to do regularly. Yeah, I don't think it's better for you to flush your colon with the right probiotics, prebiotics, with the right vegetables, the right lifestyle, than going to use water regularly to flush it all through. It's not something you do regularly. I know a lot of people do it to lose weight, because they tell you, oh, there's a lot of food stuck in there which gives you weight gain. But if you do the right things and your lymphatic nodes are open, your weight gain just your weight loss, sorry, just starts happening naturally, that you don't have to flush your colon with water regularly. I don't think it's a very good thing to do regularly.
Yeah, well, always also, yeah, I agree with you 100% there. It's just like doing the detox thing that people do with teas. Recently, my sister-in-law, I'm sure you're aware of what happened with one of the detox teas she took. I don't know where she got it from, but she was landed in the hospital under emergency. When you take all these detox things that are not naturally done, even though they say it's a natural tea, the fact is you are unnaturally flushing out your system, and it then starts affecting the walls of your intestines and all, and taking out all your good bacteria as well. So you can actually get yourself
as well.
everything. So you get yourself into trouble. So you need to be careful and always refer to your medical practitioner or your physician to guide you and all. But the good thing with what she has shared with us this evening, because I'm also very aware of these incredible supplements that she has shared, which is provided by our Life by SEACRET, is that these are things that are pretty safe, and they do what they need to do for those organs in the body. And so it's safer, and it, you know, detoxes you naturally without actually flushing the things that it should not flush, if I may put it that way. Yeah. So if we have any other questions, that would be great. I think we can still take one more question before we wrap it up. But in the meantime, I want to thank you so much. This has been amazing. And I always tell people, what you don't know, you don't know. Information is so powerful, is so key. Imagine when someone is going through a health challenge and you're told, oh, if only you knew this, I knew this 2 days ago. If only I knew this a week ago. This is powerful stuff that you can help your friends and family with. You can share with them or invite them to, you know, just get some value for themselves and their family. So that is the import of this amazing Wow Wednesdays. And I'm so grateful to all our speakers who are, you know, just giving us selflessly without getting paid for it every single week. So this is really heartwarming for me. So I want to thank you so much. Let's show Nkonye some love. There's already so much love pouring out there on the groups. I don't know if you can, on the chats. I hope you can read the chats. People obviously got some value from this, and they're very thankful for the information. So thank you so much, everyone, for being on the call. And let's also show some love to Nkonye as well and give her thanks like we're doing. And also let's share this information with our friends and family. I'm telling you, you can save a life. You can save a life by these little tidbits that we are sharing every single Wednesday. Thank you so much. Thank you, our speaker and our guest speaker, for this evening. You did justice to it like I expected. We're super, super grateful. And we wish everyone an absolutely lovely night. And I look forward to catching you on the show again next week, Wednesday. We'll have another interesting topic for you that will be power-packed, full of value for you and your family. With that being said, thank you so much once again, Architect Nkonye, for being on our show. And thank you everyone who has joined us from all over the world. We'll catch you next episode next Wednesday. Have a good evening. Bye for now.